two-player Mahj in 3 minutes. So to set up for two-player Mahj, there are no walls, no Charleston. We are going to dump all of our tiles in the middle of our table. We're going to turn them all face down and we're going to mix them up. Each player has 2 racks in front of them, meaning you're playing 2 lines at a time, 2 hands in your National Mahjong League card at the same time. So make sure that the tiles you choose for one line are not needed for your other line. That's a little tip. You're going to each self-draw from these tiles in the center. I've already done that on these racks. One player draws 27 tiles, one player draws 28 tiles. The reason there is you'll have 28 on your turn and win you Mahjong because you'll need 14 tiles per hand to win Mahj. And when it's not your turn, you will have 13 tiles on one rack, 14 tiles on the other, 27 tiles. So you're going to self-pick either 27 or 28 tiles. The person with 28 will do the first discard, and that happens just on one side of the table. I like to kind of push over the tiles that are still face down. That player will discard a tile, it's an 8 crack, and then you will play the game as normal. You will draw from these messy tiles here. You will draw and rack, make your decisions, and then you will discard into the center of the table face up, just as you would in a regular 4-player Mahjong game. So that is how you set up for and play Siamese Mahjong. Let me give you a couple of tips around Siamese. When you're playing, you have to win both lines to win in Siamese, in 2-player Mahjong. But you obviously may complete one hand and be ready to Mahj one hand before you complete both of them. So when should you declare Mahj on a single line? There's really 2 reasons. The number 1 reason is, okay, I have a bunch of jokers that are exposed and I don't want my opponent to be able to joker swap those jokers. I'm going to declare Mahjong on this line, and now all my exposed jokers are locked and my opponent can no longer swap those jokers for the represented tile. That's one reason to Mahj a single line. The second reason is if you need a final tile to win and it gets discarded, you need to call for a single. You need to call for a pair. You need to call for a group of singles like News or 2025. You need to call for a concealed line to win Mahjong on that line. You may call to Mahj a single line, but you have not won Siamese Mahjong until you Mahjong both of your lines. It's a great way to introduce husbands to this game. It's a really fun date night thing. It's a great way to unwind at the end of the day. And it's also a really great way to get lots and lots of practice on your National Mahjong League card with lots of different hands because you're playing 2 hands